All right, so for this is going to be number one of the projects that you could do inspired by this artist. So I've got my box here, my Annie's gluten-free pasta box, and I'm going to deconstruct it. So, you know, it comes like this. You open it, use the pasta, and then I open the bottom the same way I open the top. You might need to ask somebody for help if you needed help. And then if I look on the inside, I can find where there's a seam where the cardboard is connected, and I'm going to find that seam, and then I'm going to start to tear that part open. And I'm going to try my best to make sure that my sides don't rip too much, but you know, if that happens, it's okay too. And so I have deconstructed my pasta box, and we're not going to use the side that has all of the color on it. We're going to use the cardboard side. So when you deconstruct it, you're then going to have a piece of paper that you can draw onto, or you can skip the paper part and you can just draw right onto the cardboard box. I'm going to do the piece of paper so that I can give a couple examples of what it might look like. But so you're going to take your box and then you're going to hold it down flat and you're going to start to trace the outside of it. So I'm just going to trace around all of the parts of my box. You'll start to notice that a flat 3D box has lots of different parts to it, has lots of sides, lots of angles to draw. So I'm just going to trace this out. Some of the parts might be a little flapped up, so my hand kind of follows where my pencil is as I go to hold the parts of the box down. And if this seems really difficult, you could ask somebody for help. I'm almost there. All right, so now I'm going to lift that box part up and I'm just going to check out the shape I have on the paper. That's pretty cool. So notice the border you've created and how many sides does it have? Does it look like the image of Fun Wynn's donut box? So now the next step is just to ask somebody in your house to pose for a portrait. So using your own tool, I chose pen today, but you could choose anything you want. I'm gonna draw my partner who's sitting on the couch next to me, and I'm just gonna take my time and try to draw what I see. And so I'm gonna start with, I think I'm just gonna focus on the shoulders and the head right now, and I'm gonna try to fit it into my border. So I'm gonna start with the shoulder. And I'm just using one continuous line. You can draw this any way that you'd like. Right now I'm doing a contour drawing and following all the things I see with my eye, and I'm going really slowly and trying to get the outside edges. And it's okay with whatever I'm coming out with. All right, so there's like the outline, the edges of my partner's head, and then I'm gonna start doing the face. And as you see, I'm just practicing with just making lines that kind of keep going continuously. And I bet that this really doesn't look like my partner at all, but that's okay. This is a nice way to practice watching something that's right in front of you and trying to trace the outlines of what you're seeing. So all right, and then there's some glasses that I'm missing, so I'm going to start with my glasses here. Okay, and then maybe I got to do the hairline. So as you go, you just take your time, and you know what, your drawing might not look anything like anything like the person that you're drawing, but that's totally okay. So that's one way you could do a drawing. The other way, so when you look at the artist's work, there's overlaps of different people. So if you can get more than just one person to sit for you, you could try drawing different people. And maybe this way, the way I'm gonna do the next drawing is just to go with shapes. So I'm gonna notice that I only have one person that I can draw right now, so I'm gonna keep drawing that one person. So I'm gonna notice that the shoulders kind of look like a box, and then the neck is a little bit like a cylinder, yeah? And the head is a circle, or an oval, really. And as you draw, you're gonna overlap what you've got. So I already drew one, my next one is going to be shapes that I make, and the ears look like little ovals, two that are connected on the side, and the hair kind of has a fun triangle shape to it. So I'm gonna stick with triangles. The glasses are rectangles. So as I go, I'm just trying to find the shapes. Noses kind of look like triangles a little bit. The lips, maybe some oval. Maybe two ovals. There's a little triangle under her nose. The eyes are little ovals. All right, so there's the second portrait that I overlapped, and you can see this one was a line contour. This one was some shapes that I could break down the body into different shapes. So try it out, see what you get, and just keep asking people to pose. So the next project number 2, that could be inspired by this, is let's say you don't have anybody to pose for you, or it seems really, really hard and scary to try to draw from life, which I totally understand. So the things you're gonna need is that cardboard box again. You're gonna need, here, I'm gonna flip this over so that we can see the cardboard box a little bit better. You're gonna need the cardboard box, a pair of scissors, a glue stick, or you could use wet glue or tape, whatever you've got that's an adhesive around the house. And then you're gonna try to search, so take some time looking out. And I found a bunch of old photos of things that I've done in the past that I don't mind cutting up. So I think make sure if you're gonna cut up old photos, you make sure that they're not really special and things that you can't use. I also have some magazines that I subscribe to. So I've got my Ceramic Arts Daily, or Ceramic Monthly, that I've got here with different pictures of things. And I'll spend some time looking through and finding stuff that I feel like really represents my personality and things that I like. So ooh, I really like that bowl. So I'm gonna tear that page out, I think. So I really like that bowl. Okay, so you're gonna spend some time, find some things around the house, pause the video and find some things around the house that are okay to cut up. This was an old calendar that I had that had photos in it, so I cut some things out of that calendar, like a red car. I'm not sure that really matches my personality, so I'm not gonna use it, but this looks like a nice pathway with leaves on it, so I think I'll use that because I like to take walks. And here's, oh, this one's some water that I cut out from an old calendar. And then, you know, this one isn't a picture of my cat, but I sure do love cats, so I'm gonna use the picture of the cat. And so pause the video, find some stuff that's okay to cut out, and then I'll start my next demonstration of what to do next on your box. All right, so once you've got some pictures, you're gonna spend some time cutting it out. So I've got this bowl that looks really rough and kind of like a rock. I really like that, so I'm gonna cut it. If you don't have scissors, that is okay too. You could spend some time tearing things out. I'm gonna cut this one because I've got some scissors, and all the other stuff that I have is cut. So I'm gonna try to keep it similar for my project. But of course, if you don't have scissors or don't like to use scissors, you can just tear some pictures out of a magazine. And so I'm gonna start with putting this one down on paper. I'm gonna flip it over, take my glue stick, and put some glue on the back of my picture. And then I'm gonna choose a place I want it to go. I don't know, it could go this way, it could go upside down. Maybe I'll do upside down. We'll see how this goes. And then I realized my box is really small for my cat, so maybe I'll cut the head of the cat out, but I don't know yet, so I'm gonna wait. Maybe I'll use this picture of a pathway here. Start to construct. It looks a little bit like a landscape. It's like a cave. I'm gonna use my glue stick. Glue that down. So there you go. You can start to cut things out, glue them down onto your box, and at the end try to think about like what's all of the images that you found represent about you. Why did you pick those things? Why did I pick a bowl? Why did I pick this pathway here, a cutout pathway? Or, you know, when you're drawing people in your house, and creating your artwork, you can try to see what's similar between the drawings that you did. Did you use different materials to draw, or did you stick with the same one? Maybe check out, is there anything that really characterizes the person that you drew? You know, like something that really characterized my partner is this hair, this triangle hair. It's very interesting. So check it out. Maybe if you did this project with a bunch of people, you can discuss. And I hope to see some pictures that you can send of the artworks that you've created.